Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to celebrate my best friend. Please welcome to the stage, Ashley Hesseltine!
Hot crowd. You look uncomfortable, sir. Right up front, you got your emotional support fanny pack. You're ready to get out of here. Are you like a Postmate? You got to do a delivery in a little bit? I am having the best day. And I knew it was going to be a great day from the second I woke up. I woke up, crack of dawn, 10 a.m. I took a cold plunge. No, I took a shit, and I was making breakfast, and I cracked an egg open, and I got a double yolk. I'd never seen this before. I was like, what is this? This must be some kind of omen or good luck symbol for this to happen the day I'm shooting my special. So I Google it immediately because I'm a white girl who lives in LA and symbolic woo-woo shit is our religion. Two main meanings on the internet for the double yolk. The first one says, this is a sign of fertility. You may be pregnant or getting pregnant. The second main meaning on the internet for the double yolk said, someone close to you is gonna die soon. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm pregnant, both of these things will be true. The closest person to me will die. The eggs were delicious, I gotta be honest. I did sprinkle a little Plan B on them just to be safe. Just crush it up with the everything but the bagel seasoning, bam, set those eggs off. And I called my fiance in the room right away. I was like, babe, oh my God, I was making eggs for us and I got a double yolk. He said, what was that? I thought, oh no. He's about to find out for the first time that sometimes I pronounce the L in yolk. But I doubled down, I'm no pussy. I was like, babe, it's pronounced yolk like folk. He said, no, it's pronounced yolk like choke. I was like, well now I'm horny. So take your pants off, we're having sausage with these eggs, okay? Has anyone ever gotten this? The double yolk, not choked, but feel free to answer. Double yolk, anybody? Okay, you did?
Yeah, twice.
Twice? In the same carton?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's some Final Destination shit right there. Did it mean anything, or?
It just felt good. Jumbo eggs, they're more likely.
Jumbo eggs are more, okay, egg expert, fucking egghead over here, I'm kidding. All right, jumbo eggs, that's where it's at? Okay, good to know. Do you know where you got them from? Probably Publix. I love you got the answers locked and loaded, sis. I love that. Her egg game is tight. Over here, double yolk?
My carton's full of them right now.
Your carton's full of them? Bitch, how do you know? How would you know? You got an x-ray machine on those eggs?
I have 2 left, and every day there's been a double yolk.
You have 2. So you've had 10 double yolks.
I'm telling you.
Girl.
I cracked 2.
You about to die tonight? That's crazy. If the other two, if you get to the 12th one and it's double,
I'll let you know.
run for president. We could use it. You know what? It's a weird thing to crowd work. It's a weird thing for me to ask you guys that. It's a weird thing to even talk about. I told a girlfriend earlier today, but for some odd reason, I started the conversation with, have you ever made eggs? She said, are you okay? I was like, sorry, I just had a stroke. But I will tell you guys, I do believe in some more of that woo-woo shit since I got engaged. I do. Before that, I was just a single, cynical ass bitch living here. I mean, make no mistake, I was living my best life, but then I did start to feel like maybe something was missing and I wanted to find someone and settle down. And this was in January of 2023, and I had just moved to LA, so I was like, new year, new city, and this is the year that I am going to find a partner. I live in LA now, and these people manifest and shit. So I'll try that, I'll manifest it, I'll meditate about it, I'll hold space for it. That's just dumb shit they say. I'll buy some crystals, put them up my pussy, like whatever these West Coast weirdos do to make their dreams come true. I'll try it. And I gotta be honest, that shit worked. I met my now fiance in May of 2023, so if you guys are doing the math, I had to fuck a lot of crystals, but we got there. And in that time, I was like, if I want to meet someone, I want to be intentional about it. So I'm going to do all the things, right? I'll get on the apps, I'll hire a matchmaker, I'll go out more, try to meet people in the wild. So that's what I did. And I dated hard on those streets of LA for 5 months, and it was unsafe. I know every city is bad in its own way, but LA is a special kind of freak show. And I have dated in 3 major cities as an adult. So the first one being Atlanta. All the guys there, they just want to know how many kids you want and what's your favorite college football team. I'm like, I've been out of college for 15 fucking years, Saxon. And fuck if I'm gonna let a guy in a khaki and a pastel polo and a flip-flop impregnate me in the first place. Why does your belt have whales on it? Dress like an adult. Next city, New York. As you ladies know, guys on dates, they want to talk about work and hustling and finance and crypto. Guys in LA, very different vibe. Here's what they say. I don't really want to talk about work. Because you don't have a job! These guys in LA, no jobs. And they're so cagey about it too. I went out with a guy once, he said he was a coach. I was like, what team? The Rams? Or I don't know, maybe he coaches Little League on the weekends, something cute like that. He said he coached breath work. Not a job. Not on LinkedIn. But the unemployment was not the only issue I ran into dating LA. So the very first date I went on when I moved there was with a guy. I met him on an app, Raya. We go to meet at a bar. I walk in, I see him, he's tall, he looks just like his photos. I'm like, we're off to a great start. I go to greet him, we sit down at the bar, and he had just arrived, so he removed his jacket and went, brr. I was like, surely I imagined that. But no. Then he said, sorry, I just get chilly really easily. Immediate ick. Guys are not supposed to get cold. That's disgusting. A cold man? A man who says the word chilly? Maybe if you're in New York in the middle of winter, in a blizzard, in a t-shirt, you can complain once, but a cold man in California, hard fucking pass. I was like, I'm out of here. I told a girlfriend about it. She was like, oh my God, Ashley, is such a thing. I was out with a guy here 2 weeks ago, and he ran ahead to get into the restaurant because it was cold out. I was like, call the cops. Straight to jail. I'm just kidding. You can't call LAPD. They'll never show up. You just gotta citizen's arrest that motherfucker yourself. Just tackle his ass to the ground. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, you're hurting me. Where's my jacket?" So then I was like, okay, maybe I need to get on an app where the guys are a little more masculine. TaskRabbit. So I get on TaskRabbit, and I can't speak on TaskRabbit in every city, but I tell all the girlies in LA, if you are not using TaskRabbit as a dating app, you are doing it wrong. Right? Because you get on this app, and all these guys are handy, but on top of it, they're all actors and models. So you're scrolling headshots, you find the hottest guy at a rate you can afford, you book him, he comes over to your house and builds furniture while you watch. Are you hearing me? It's a porn come to life. So I booked this guy, he was an elite tasker, and he comes over and he tells me he's an actor, and when he came over, I was already all boned up because I was watching a high-speed car chase on the local news. So that's a perk I didn't know about living in LA. Just high-speed car chases, medium-speed car chases, low-speed car chases on the local fucking news all the time. I hadn't watched a car chase on TV since 1995. You know the one. And when you're watching them, you forget you're not watching a movie, so you're rooting for the criminal. So this guy's on the run for attempted murder, and I'm like, come on, you got this, fuck those cops, let's fucking go! He got out of one vehicle, he got into another vehicle. I was like, I am wet over this, right? So the TaskRabbit comes in, I'm like, don't block the TV, get into the bedroom. So he goes in the bedroom to put my bed frame together, and the car chase ended, they caught the guy, he wasn't even hot. I was like, boo. So I went to go check on the TaskRabbit, and he was just putting together my bed frame. He was just wrapping up. And he did start flirting with me first. I'm not trying to sexually harass somebody at work, so. He was like, what do you think of the bed frame? And I was like, we should test it out. That's my line. You guys can use it. And he told me you can contact me directly next time. He gave me his number. That's how they get you. So we started texting, and we decided to go out, and we went out on a lunch date. Obviously, he was a TaskRabbit. We didn't go to fucking Nobu, so. We went to lunch, and over that lunch, that is when I realized that he was much more TaskRabbit than actor, which is fine. You know, I didn't move to LA to date an actor. I think they're kind of weird. So I was like, you know, this guy's cool. We have a nice vibe. He's got his handyman thing going on. He's an entrepreneur. Maybe I will date the TaskRabbit. And then a week later, my bed frame started to creak. I was like, fucking worthless loser. The only guy in LA with 2 jobs. Can't do either of them well. Can't TaskRabbit, can't act. Next. So then I was like, maybe it's the apps. Maybe I need to try to meet someone in the wild or get set up. So that's what I did. I reconnected with this friend of a friend. I had met him once years prior. So we started talking again. We decided to go out to dinner. And when I got to the restaurant, he was already seated at the table. And I immediately noticed that we had the same nail color. It was just like a pale pink, almost white. You girls know the shade. He knew the name of it. He said, oh, is that OPI? Let's be friends? I was like, let's absolutely be friends. What the fuck is this? And listen, I don't care if you want to paint your nails. That's how you want to express yourself. That's not some hard line for me. A New York guy would never. But if that's what he wants to do, that's fine. That's fine. Until I realized they were gel. And I feel like this is a safe space where I can admit to you guys that he had a gel pedicure too. I was like, I cannot be with a guy knowing he's at the salon on a Saturday with this fucking nails and his little Tootsie Toes in the UV lamp. But I fucked him anyway, whatever. Whatever. I knew he had this house in the Hollywood Hills. I'd already Zillowed it. I'm like, I'm going to that house. I go home with him, gorgeous home. We start hooking up, I take off his pants. He had this bulging cock stuffed into these hot pink bikini briefs, obviously. And at one point, we were fucking, and he was choking me, and all I could think to myself was, I cannot believe I'm getting choked with a gel mani. Welcome to LA, I guess. So then I was like, maybe it is these guys in LA. I'm an East Coast girl, and maybe these guys just aren't for me. And this was perfect timing. We were getting ready to set off on our tour for the podcast on the East Coast and Midwest. So Chicago, Philly, DC, and Boston. I'm like, maybe I'll try to meet someone on the road or at least hook up on the road. So that's what I did. We started in Chicago with a bang, quite literally for me. And we did the show. We go out afterwards. We're at this bar. I started talking to this guy. He's like tall and hot. We have great chemistry. We start making out a little bit at the bar. We leave together. We go back to my hotel room. We bust in the hotel room, just rip each other's clothes off and start getting down to it, just having that like hot, dirty sex where you're like, you're probably a bad person, but I'm having fun. We're doing the thing, and then he comes on me, stomach and tits, if you guys are curious. And shortly after that is when I realized that he was 23. And part of me wanted to pat myself on the back. But the other part of me was saying, he wasn't even born in the 1900s. And he was the worst. I don't know if any of you ladies have ever had the very distinct experience of having a man's semen still alive and well in your belly button and you get in a fight about gun control, but I did. You know, it's like washing over you, like, we're not the same. And he was actually only visiting Chicago for work. He lived in DC, and we were heading there the following weekend for the tour, which I'd already told him. So as I'm coming down from this fight and trying to get this guy out of my hotel room, he was like, so, am I gonna see you next weekend? I looked him dead in the face. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never wanna fucking see you again. To fuck a Republican in DC? I'd rather storm the Capitol. So then we ended that tour run in Boston, which is where I connected with my now fiance, thank God. And he had actually had a crush on me for a few years, dating back to when I had my original face, so I knew he was a real one. And he'd been in the DMs, and so we get to Boston, and the stars aligned, AKA I was horny enough to message him back. And you know how it goes. I was like, Buzz, are you still in love with me? He was like, unfortunately, yes. Can I finally take you out? And I was like, stop, I'm here for work, don't. But he came and met up after the show, and we had immediate chemistry, I will say, because he's tall. Sorry, fellas, you don't have to grow on us when you're 6'3". We did have sex that first night. Thank you so much. Okay, sluts, I love that energy. I did make sure our politics aligned before he came on me, and we've been together ever since. And we live together now in LA, but we did long distance for quite a while. We did long distance for over a year and a half, and I lived in LA. He lived in Boston that whole time. That is where he was raised, where he lived pretty much his entire life. He never left. So I didn't even want him to move to LA. He moves there, he sees all these beautiful California women. I just try to keep him in the house. I put him in the crate when I go to work. But he is a Boston guy through and through, just a real piece of shit, right? Like, those guys are just built different. He just has a constant RBF, resting Ben Affleck face. But he is not your typical Boston bro in a few ways. So for one, like I mentioned, he is 6'3", so the tallest guy in the city. Not sure if you guys knew, Boston is the short king capital of the world. Average height of the guys there is 5'8". It has since dropped to 5'7" since he left, so I'm sorry to them. He is also not your typical Boston guy in that he is not white. He is an Indian man. Thank you to the few allies in the room. He works in the automotive industry. That is not code for Uber driver. You guys are racist. We do like to role play it though, so I ride in the back on date nights. And when I ride up front, he fingers me and I give him a rating. Just 5 stars if I come. So his rating is up to 2.7. But that's not his fault. That's not his fault. It's hard to get an angle on it, right? You ever try to finger someone in the car? He drives a manual. It's very difficult for him. So sometimes I just have to stop him completely, and he says, "Why did you cancel?" And I say, "Wait time too long." He is a younger man. He is actually 7 years younger than me. So he is 14. And I just think dating someone younger keeps you young, right? Like, people are always like, "Ashley, you're glowing." I'm like, it's the cum. It's the cum of a spry young man. Like, I personally just feel like if you're absorbing someone else's bodily fluids into your internal organs, why would you want it to be expired milk? He comes on my face, I don't have to do my nighttime skincare routine. That's my beauty secret. And we've been living together for a few months now, and I was hesitant to live with him. I just felt like it was really off-brand for me, and I think it's a little bit of a diabolical decision for a woman to choose to live with a man. And I was expressing my concerns to my married friends about it, and I was like, okay, so like, let me get this straight. He's just like always gonna be there. He's just always in the house. Like, he's watching baseball when I'm trying to watch Bravo. He's breathing when I'm trying to sleep. And his feet are on stuff, right? Like, ladies, we build these beautiful homes, and then these men come in and their feet are on our stuff. I was like, I don't know if this is for me. But I committed, I let it happen, and we moved in together, and I will be honest, it is better than I ever could have imagined. As it turns out, all this time, I just needed a babysitter. All my bad habits are gone. I don't scroll at night before bed. I don't scroll first thing in the morning. We go to bed earlier. We wake up earlier. We cook dinner most nights. I only incessantly scratch my butthole when he's at work. I'm a new woman. And he takes out the trash 100% of the time. The number one reason to move in with a man, the trash. Ladies, if you are taking the trash out even once, and all of his limbs are not broken, leave that relationship. I'm not a feminist when it comes to the trash. I'm like, that is a man's job. I am incapable of doing it. He does the dishes. If I cook, he cleans. And it's different cooking when you know someone's cleaning up after you. Because you live alone, you're cooking for just yourself, you try to use as few dishes as possible. You know someone's cleaning up after you, you turn into a monster. I'm like, how many pots, pans, and utensils can I use to make 1 egg? 2 yolks, 1 egg. And we get along really well. We don't have a lot of conflict. But we have had a few incidents around the house. About a month ago, I woke us both up in the middle of the night screaming from a nightmare. And it wasn't like a sexy, girly scream. It was more of an, ah! Ah! Jolted awake. I look over at him. He is up, horrified. He said, "What just happened?" I was like, "I don't even know. I guess I was having a dream and I screamed out in the dream and it came out." And he was like, "What was the dream about?" And what I told him was that in the dream, I was being chased by a man. What I will tell you guys here tonight is that man was jerking off. Just running after me. And if that's not a metaphor for 2025, I don't know what is. And after that, my fiance would not stop mocking me around the house. we would have a dead silent house and I would just hear, "Whoa!" I'm in the kitchen, vibing out, cooking dinner. He comes up behind me, "Ah!" And this went on for way too long. You know, you have your little bits with your partner. Ours usually last a week, 10 days tops. This went on for weeks. I was like, I can't live like this. This is disturbing my peace. I have no idea when it's gonna happen. I was like, I have to put an end to this. So last weekend, we were having sex, lazy Sunday afternoon, just really getting into it. He's really laying it down. And just as he said, I'm gonna come, I went, ah! Right in his fucking face. I don't know if you've ever felt a dick go soft immediately inside of you. But that's his nightmare now. About 2 months after we moved in together, I was awoken at 4 a.m. by the sound of this bird chirping outside of our bedroom window. We have this balcony, there's some trees there, and I think the bird was in there. And listen, hear me out. I don't mind the sound of birds. I don't mind birds. I love birds. You know, some people hate birds. They think they're fake, drones from the government, whatever. Like, I'm fine with birds. Go birds. I'm a fan. So, but the sound of this particular bird was such a high-pitched chirp. It sounded like when your smoke alarm is dying. That sound that could wake you up out of a coma. So it wakes me up. It takes me an hour to go back to sleep. The bird wouldn't stop. It happened a second morning in a row. The third morning it happened in a row. I was like, I have to do something about this. I didn't want to wake up my fiance, so I just got out of bed very quietly. I tiptoed downstairs to the kitchen. I filled this giant blender cup full of water. I tiptoed back upstairs. I very quietly slid open the balcony door and I went out there and I can sense where the bird was and I just launched the water into the tree. The bird flew away. I was like fucking handled like a boss. I thought I was so stealth about it. I come back into the bedroom. My fiance is wide awake, sitting up. What the fuck did you just do? I said, babe, I handled that situation for us. I get back into bed. I tell him what I did. He says, do you even know what it means to throw water on a bird in my culture? I'm like, what did I just do? Does he think that's like his reincarnated grandma? I just waterboarded. So I'm like, what is it? What does it mean? He said, it means 7 years of bad sex. So now I realize he's fucking with me, right? So I was like, oh, well, it can't get much worse. He looked so hurt. He was like, whoa, I was kidding. I was like, well, I wasn't. And I rolled over and I wrote, Ashley W. in the scorecard I keep in my nightstand. And that is what relationships are all about. Picking the battles you can win. No, we have a great sex life. He fingered me in the kitchen a couple weeks ago, so I've been calling him kitchen finger ever since. And he calls me butt scratcher and bird killer, so that's really what we're about. And I have always felt really comfortable with him. But when you move in with someone, you reach that high level of intimacy, and I have never felt more comfortable. Maybe a little bit too comfortable. Last night, we were getting ready to go out, have a little date night, and we're both in the bathroom getting ready at the bathroom mirror, and I'm doing all the things that women do to get ready, you know, moisturize, contour, curl, pluck those stray hairs from our face. And I didn't think he was paying attention to me, so I plucked a chin hair. Immediately, he goes, what was that? I said, I was plucking my eyebrows. He said, on your chin? I just dropped to my knees immediately. I was like, I'll make him forget this ever happened. Start going to town, sucking his dick, doing a great job. He goes, your beard is scratching my dick. back to my scorecard. Ashley L. And I love him so much, and I love him for a lot of reasons, of course, but I think I knew I loved him when I realized that I didn't just love his dick, I loved his soft dick. Right, ladies, because you know what it is. Hear me out. Like when you first start dating someone, it's new, it's undefined. Like you don't want to see that thing anything other than rock hard. The half chub of a new guy. And they don't want you to see it either, right? You come into the bathroom, they're coming out of the shower. He's like, babe, stop now. Or you're hanging out on the couch watching Netflix, it slips out of his shorts. You're like, what's on your thigh? Is that gum? Is that chewed gum? As opposed to when you're in a committed relationship with someone, in love, engaged perhaps. Oh, I love that thing so much. I wake up every morning like, what's it doing? So squishy. If we're watching a scary movie or, I don't know, the news, I have my hand on it. It's my emotional support penis. And the balls too. Arguably the grossest part of the human body, the ball sack. I love his balls. I'll play with them, I'll bat him around like a little cat, just. If I'm anxious, I have him in my hand like this. I call them my stress-ticles. And they let you do it. That's how you know they love you back. And I will tell you guys, we went on this vacation last summer before we got engaged. And one morning we woke up and I was feeling a little silly. So I took his soft dick and I wrapped it around my ring finger. I was like, ring fingers, feeling a little bare. A month later, he proposed. I was like, now that's how you fucking manifest, bitches. I don't want to talk too much about his dick here tonight, but I will also tell you guys that he is uncircumcised. Oh. Do we have any uncircumcised gents in the house tonight? Hell yeah, in the back? Is he here with you? Hello, sir. Okay, now prove it. Okay, and you love it, right?
Love it.
Yeah, you fucking love it. You fucking love it. Anyone else? Any other guys? Sir, you right here in the end? No, I'll leave you alone. Your bald head was shining. I thought you might want a little attention. Is that your wife? Can you confirm? Cut or uncut? Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure, because men be lying. You know. Yes, like it's great. Like some people don't know this, but it's just more dick. It's just a little extra dick. You don't want too much extra. That's like putting a king pillowcase on a regular pillow, so that's not a good look. But when it's not like that, they're great. They come in their own case. How cute is that? And they're so fun to play with. I don't know if you guys ever had those little water wigglers when you were a kid. Right? They kept us entertained for hours, just a little bit squirts out, your mom gets all mad. I was like, that's a sign of things to come. And prior to him, I had of course seen and probably hooked up with an uncircumcised penis or two, but I'd never been in a relationship with one, so I didn't have that type of prolonged exposure. And I did consider myself a bit of a connoisseur. I mean, there are so many different types of dicks, right? There's the growers and the showers, and then you have your special shapes. Your mushrooms and cobras and banana curves and pencils and noodles and no micros, thank God, very blessed. But I really felt like I had been through them all, and then I reached the final boss, the uncut king. And about a year into our relationship, we received this email to the podcast, our work email, and it was a pitch from a condom company. And they wanted us to promote their company in honor of a very special day, National Foreskin Day. Sir, did you know? Well, it's April 4th. 4-4. And I'm reading this press release. I go to their website. I'm like, this is a real legitimate thing. They have speakers and awareness initiatives and events. And I'm like, there is no way my fiance, boyfriend at the time, knows about this. And I cannot wait to tell him. We were about a week out from National Foreskin Day at that point. All week, I was so excited. I was like, I cannot wait. I woke up on April 4th like a kid on Christmas morning. I was like, oh my God. And we were still long distance at the time, so I could not wait to craft my first text to him. I text him first thing in the morning. I was like, good morning, babe. Today is a very special day. He knew something was up. He just said, what? I sent him the link to National Foreskin Day. He was like, goodbye. But I would not let up. All that whole day, I was like, I just want to celebrate you and your dick. It's your very special day. And today is all about you. And he was coming in town that night. I went out and I got a bunch of banana balloons. I really went all out. And he was acting annoyed, but I knew he was laughing on the inside. He has a great sense of humor. So midday, that day, I'm driving around in LA in stop and go traffic, and he sends me a text, and it is a dick pic, and it says, Happy National Foreskin Day. And it was a really nice one. It wasn't some like full frontal jump scare. It was very artsy. It was a holiday after all. He'd put some time into it. So I'm looking at it, really taking it all in. I wasn't zooming. He doesn't like me to say that. But I was really looking at it and just kind of inspecting this photo and really appreciated all it had to offer. And then behind me, I hear, whoop, whoop. Got pulled over on National Foreskin Day. Got pulled the fuck over. And of course, the first thing the cop asks is, ma'am, is there a reason why you were distracted driving? And I debated it for a second. The comedian in me was like, just say it. Just say, officer, do you know what today is? But then I just looked at his pasty white skin and his buzz cut. I was like, I would go straight to jail. So he writes me the ticket. I was like, I cannot believe this. I tell my fiance about it. He's so upset. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe you were looking at my dick and you got pulled over. I feel so bad. And he said, I want to pay the ticket. I was like, don't you mean dick it? He was like, please stop. Please stop. But I didn't even want to pay it. I wanted to hire legal counsel and go to court and fight it. But I'm like, how am I going to find a lawyer that's uncircumcised that will understand, right? Because they're all Jewish. You guys get it. So he paid the ticket, and I thought that was really nice, so I wanted to do something to thank him. So I went on the National Foreskin Days website, and they have amazing merch. So I just picked him out this stunning baby blue hoodie. Always a hoodie with these guys. And on the top, it just has this little embroidered crown, and across the front in big, bold black letters, it says, Uncut King. And in just 21 short days, I will become his uncut queen. Yes, we are getting married. And I will be a blushing 42-year-old bride. So getting married at 42 is considered geriatric in the wedding community, which does mean I am at risk of hot flashes instead of cold feet, but it's fine. I am so happy I waited for the right person to come along, and I am totally secure in being a geriatric bride. I do know that it's on the older side of when women do get married, for the first time at least, and I was curious what the average age is, so I looked that up. And the average age that women get married here in the US is 28.6. Not here, New York, don't worry. That's not in the metropolitan areas. That's an average of the whole country. They get married right out of middle school in Mississippi. You gotta average it together. So not here. But 28.6 is the average. And I couldn't help but think that when I was 28.6, I was at DUI school. For the second time. But don't worry, marriage was still on my mind. I was dating a guy from DUI school. He had had 4 DUIs. I always liked a guy a little more accomplished than me. But ultimately, it didn't work out between us because he didn't have a driver's license, and that gave me the ick. I never lost my license because my dad had hired the best DUI lawyer in all of Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Bubba Head. I swear to God, that was this man's name. You can look him up. He's still practicing today, still killing it. The #1 DUI lawyer in all of Atlanta, all the Southeast, quite honestly, was attorney Bubba Head. Obviously named after what you have to give him to keep your license. No, I didn't suck his dick. My dad did. And I think that was the moment I knew I'd have to pay for my own wedding one day. But when I was that age, when I was 28 years old, I was like, of course I'd love to be married soon. I'd love to be married before 30. And then I got into my early 30s and my career started taking off. I got into my mid 30s, I started making money. I got into my late 30s even. And I was like, I don't know if marriage is for me. I'm independent, I'm making money, I'm not trying to share it with a man, I'm not gonna change my last name, and above all, I don't want children. And I think it is a beautiful thing to get married, have a family, all share the same last name. That's how I grew up. I think it's wonderful. That's just never been my truth. Like, I have never wanted kids, even when I was a kid myself. Because I think little girls know on some level. They have their baby dolls and they play mommy, and I think they kind of know at a really young age they have that maternal instinct. When I was a little girl, I just had my Barbie dolls dry humping in the dream house on a stack of Monopoly money. Saw my future at a young age. You know, I did have one baby doll when I was 4. And shortly after I got her, my mom and my brother and I got in this horrific car accident. Obviously, we survived it, but it was so insane. It was all over the news. It was a miracle we survived. They were able to pull us out of the car right before it went up in flames. And the baby doll was in the car. And, you know, I didn't really care because she wasn't my vibe. But then a few weeks later, when I returned to preschool and the teacher asked how me and my family were, I said, "We lost the baby in the fire." So that was a whole thing. They had to call the house, and I think that's when my parents knew I would be a problem. And I knew I would be a comedian. But for all of those reasons, I was like, I don't know if marriage is for me. And then I started dating this man, and about 6 months in, I thought to myself, I love him so much, I wish I could make him promise to never break up with me. And then I realized that is marriage. Marriage is bringing all your friends and family together in one place and saying, promise to never break up with me. And then you say, swear to God. They have to swear to God. You bring your dad up there to intimidate this guy. You kiss your dad in front of him. And then you get the government involved and sign paperwork about it. So if he ever does try to break up with you, it's gonna be really fucking hard. And in that moment, I was like, I do think marriage is for me. I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, who's married in here? Okay, you here at both you couples? Oh, I love it. Do you guys all come together? You and her, I love that. I love this whole orgy vibe you guys have going on. Okay. Do you know them?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Who's the better couple? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Better or richer? Shut up. Fucking richer, let's go. Okay, I got it. Okay, so you look very uncomfortable, and I love that. I can kind of see the outline of your dick, too. That's interesting. Okay. And so how long have you two been married?
Yesterday was our first anniversary.
Yesterday was your first anniversary, so a year. Okay, give it up. How's it going so far?
Great.
Awesome. Okay, I love that. And what would you say is the best part about being married?
He takes out the trash.
He takes out the trash. You copied me. Okay. I'm kidding. I love that. No, it's true. It is. Okay. And Sarah, what would you say is the best part about being married?
Waking up every day next to my best friend.
Waking up every day next to his best friend. Aw. What about you two? The money. His money. She's like 100%. All right. I think you guys convinced me. I'm going to do it. We're 3 weeks out. Those checks have cleared. I got to go through this. No, I am so excited to marry him. I really am. It has been so much fun planning the wedding and doing all the things. We did our seating chart. That was so petty. I fucking love that. Just ranking all your friends and family. Hell yeah. I loved my bachelorettes. That was fun. I did have 2. One for my Republican friends and one for my Democrat friends. We did the Republican one at a Planned Parenthood. I got pregnant for it and everything. And that is the joke that made a lady in Tampa walk out with her middle finger in the air. I was like, ma'am, obviously I'm kidding. I'm not gonna have my bachelorette party at Planned Parenthood. I'm there all the time. No, you guys know I'm kidding about all of it. I don't have Republican friends. I'm not gonna do a bridal party. I think that whatever you wanna do, at whatever age is fine. For me personally, I just felt like getting married at 42. I'm not gonna ask a bunch of women teetering on the edge of perimenopause to come stand up there in matching pastel gowns. They'd be like over my dead fucking body. And my fiance can't have a groomsman party. A bunch of Boston guys standing up there in a row looking like the Lollipop Guild. We are gonna write our own vows. Mine will probably just be that soft dick stuff from earlier. You guys seem to like it. No, I have some issues with some of the traditional vows. So, for one, in sickness and in health, not so fast. He gave me the flu in March. We almost did not survive it. For richer, for poorer. Why are we talking about being poor? Right, thank you guys. This is supposed to be the best day of your life. This is supposed to be a day celebrating love and joy and commitment. They're like, what if you were poor, though? One thing you will not hear me say in my vows is, he's my best friend. I'm just so blessed to stand up here with my best friend. Some of you guys are tense, but he brought that on himself. Because you see this all the time, right? Some of you have probably said it. You've seen it at weddings. You see it with single people too, though. You see it on the apps. You see it on dating reality shows. I'm just looking for my best friend. I'm just here to find my best friend. Why don't you have a best friend at 28.6 years old? That's a red flag. Men who say it, it's giving incel, get a friend. ladies who say it, I'm gonna take it easier on you, but I'm gonna be the first to tell you that a man cannot be your best friend. Right? He doesn't have those qualifications. He can't just fill that role. Do you know what it takes to be a woman's best friend? It takes credentials to be a woman's best friend. Just a few off the top. A woman's best friend knows her sun, moon, and rising sign. A man who even knows what a rising sign is gay. Do not marry him. A woman's best friend is her first call when she shits her pants as an adult. Can't call your man. A woman's best friend is the one and only person who knows about her stray nipple hair and how often she has to pluck it so he never finds it. And a woman's best friend has sat across from her at brunch while she has described in alarmingly accurate police sketch level detail the weird penis of someone she fucked the night before. And your man could never digest that information. And that's why I personally think it is an insult to female friendship and quite honestly feminism to stand up there at the altar with this dude you've known for a couple years and call him your best friend while your maid of honor stands right fucking there and just an hour prior took a pair of tweezers to your areola. And I will die on that hill. No, snort it up. I love that. I am gonna have my dad walk me down the aisle. But I'm not gonna have him give me away. I just think that feels a little dated. I don't love the symbolism of that. This one man passing me off to this other man like I'm a piece of property. I'm up there standing between them like, I make more money than both of y'all. Fucking shake hands, leave me out of this. I did make my dad get a hip replacement for the wedding. That was my bridezilla moment. I was like, you're not gonna limp me down the aisle, Lee Hesseltine. The father-daughter dance is embarrassing enough without you fucking dragging your leg behind you. No, he needed it, and he was being stubborn about it, so I did pull the wedding card, and now we're gonna hard launch that new hip at the wedding, so. And I get emotional when I think about that day with my dad, when he sees me in the dress for the first time, and when he does walk me down. And I think about it a lot, and it's gonna be really special, because my dad and I are really close now. We have not always been. We've had some ups and downs. We've had some rockier times. And sometimes I tell people that, and they're like, well, is it because you own a sex toy company? And I'm like, all my dad knows is I work with power tools. He is very proud. It stems back to more when I was younger, late teens, early 20s. Because it is so hard to be a drunk slut when you have a dad who loves you. It was an uphill battle every day. Like, I would not say I have daddy issues at all. My dad has top-tier daughter issues. Like, there was a time in our lives where he just kept catching me in walk of shames. Like, it just kept happening. Like, once was on Father's Day. That's how he started his special day, was seeing me come home in some dude's polo shirt. But I think the worst time this ever happened was the first time this happened. And this was the summer I was 19, which, as we all know, is just a weird time, right? It's just all vodka sodas, not an orgasm in sight. And this was the summer between freshman and sophomore year in college, and I was living at home with my parents in Delaware, and I was dating a bouncer from TGI Fridays. I know what you guys are thinking. I've never seen security there. But in Dover, Delaware, when karaoke night gets fucking lit, you need a bouncer to manage the crowd. So I was dating the bouncer from Fridays. His name was Justin. He had an eyebrow ring. He drove a bright yellow Ford Escape. He was a hot commodity. So one night, my best friend and I were like, let's go out, let's hit the town, Justin will get us in. So we just put on the sluttiest outfits Wet Seal sold at the time, and we went out. We get to Fridays, Justin rolls out the red carpet, we go in, we're having the time of our lives. We're throwing back all kinds of drinks, Long Island iced teas, mudslides, anything that would make you dry heave to think about right now. We were drinking it, doing karaoke, just living it up. She starts flirting with the bar manager because she had amazing taste too, and his name was Dave, and as it turns out, he was Justin's roommate. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm with Justin, she's gonna be with Dave, two power couples. Just running Dover, Delaware all summer long. So we go home with them, back to their shitty apartment, we hook up with them, and we wake up the next morning, we're like, we should probably head out. So we put on our clothes from the night before, we got into my car, and I drove this very luxurious 1993 Nissan Altima with 2 different color doors because my dad's an asshole. And so we get in the car, we're about halfway home, and the car starts to shake. A little smoke coming up from under the hood, and I've seen Laguna Beach, so I know how this ends. I was like, this is it. I'm Kristen Cavallari on the 405. Like, it's done so I don't know what to do. I look up, I assess my surroundings, and I realize that we are right in front of my dad's work. And this wouldn't have mattered so much, except my dad owned an auto parts supplier. So everything we even would have needed was just right inside. I was able to pull the car into a parking spot right before it died, and I was like, I guess we just have to go in. So we walk into my dad's work, 8:30 in the morning, clothes from the night before, just covered in Kahlua and cum. My dad's piecing together what happened, and he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, the car needs something, and he was like, it probably needs a new battery. So he goes into the back to get a battery, and as he walks back out past us to go outside and fix the car, he goes, sluts! Coughed sluts at us. Some of you guys are shocked, and I was as well. I'll tell you why I think he did it. 1, he thinks he's a real fucking comedian. 2, he had these young guys who would work for him in the summers, so I think he was trying to show off for them, Mr. Big Funny Boss Man with the jokes, but I was humiliated, so what I did to get back at him, 2 weeks later, I fucked one of those guys. His name was Matt Gaetz, not to be confused with a disgraced congressman from Florida. I was obviously at 19 too old for that Matt Gaetz, so it was a different Matt Gaetz. And this one night, I went over to his house just to hook up with him. And just a little more background on who I was at the time. Earlier in the night, I had been to an Eminem concert in Camden, New Jersey. And then on the way home, I had pissed my pants in my own car while I was driving it. So I got home, I changed into a fresh pair of Charlotte Russe jeans, and I went over to Matt's house. Matt and I fuck, it's mid at best, but I did what I went there to do. And as I was leaving his apartment, I caught a glimpse of myself in the hallway mirror at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or let it slip? I go home, I go to bed, I wake up the next morning, Matt has called me. I'm like, oh, chivalry isn't dead. He said, you left your wallet over here, I can bring it to you. I'm thinking, shouldn't you be at work? Not my business. He brings me my wallet, I don't think much about it. My dad comes home from work that day and he comes in hot. He is pissed. My mom and I are there, we're like, what's going on? He said, had to fire Matt today. I'm thinking like, there's no way he knows. And what did Matt do? You know, like Matt's biggest offense in my book is he cannot find the clip, but my dad doesn't know that. So I'm like, just be cool, just be cool. We're like, what happened? He said, he was a no call, no show, and then we saw him out driving around. And I'm thinking, he was bringing me my wallet. So I'm like, I have Matt's alibi, but I'm not gonna tell my dad. He's just gonna go kill Matt and stop paying for my college. So I just zip it. I'm like, go off, King, you did the right thing, fuck that guy. So Matt lost his job that was helping him pay for college, and my dad was short-staffed and pissed off the whole rest of the summer. So the moral of the story is that if you slut-shame a woman, even at the young age of 19, she will still go on to fuck up not one, but at least 2 men's lives. And I told that story at a show in front of my dad a couple years back. And he did not know I fucked that guy. I just rolled the dice. And I was nervous to get off stage at how he was gonna react, and he was great. He was just like, sweetie, you know, I love you, and I'm so proud of you, and I think you're so funny, and it's water under the bridge. And I was like, oh, Dad, you're just the best. And so we all went out that night, friends and family. A couple hours later, we're out at this bar. He comes up to me, different tone this time. He puts his hand on my shoulder, and he was like, Ash, you know, I was debating whether or not to tell you this, but I do feel like there's something that I need to share with you. I said, what is it, Dad? He said, a couple years back, Matt Gates died of AIDS. My knees went weak. My arms were heavy. I was like, Dad, what are you saying? He really died of AIDS? What are you saying? I have AIDS. My dad goes, I'm just kidding, and walked away. I was like, I guess he is a real fucking comedian. And I cannot wait for that man to walk me down the aisle on my final walk of shame. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Thank you guys.